What's good, man? It's OG Drip, man. This is the channel where we talk about the spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis, man. Today, I want y'all to do me a favor, man. Like the video and share it as well. Today, we talking about the eyes of Egypt. The eyes of Egypt, y'all, it's just one of them being the eye of Ra and the other one being the eye of Horus. So before we get into this, y'all, I want to talk about the mythological version of both of them. So this is just like the little story or a little story background behind it. And y'all already know when we say the mythological, it's so many different versions. So the version that I might say might not be the only one that you'd have heard of. You get what I'm saying? But check this out. It's all supposed to be symbolic for something. And we're going to break that down as well. But first, we're going to give you the history or the little mythological version of what happened. So do with Horus first. Horus, basically this is how he was brought about the picture. So there was two brothers. One of them named Osiris, one of them named Set. Now, they both was royal descents. The next one to be rise to be king was Osiris. So what Set did was Set seen that and wasn't happy. You get what I'm saying? He ain't like that. So in his wisdom, he killed his brother Osiris. So Osiris also had a wife though, y'all. And his wife name was Isis. So she also known as the goddess of the moon. But she was the one that it says she conjured up her husband from the dead temporarily, and they had a child called Horus. You get what I'm saying? And then it said as the death of Osiris, he became the god of the underworld. So Horus and his mother were alone in the world. And upon reaching maturity, going through adventures, you know what I'm saying, his little quests and stuff and battles with Set, he ended up losing one of his eyes. So later he got restored by heru or Thorf, you know what I'm saying, however you want to say it. Thoof, oh my bad, y'all. But this is the god of wisdom. So if I'm even saying it wrong, that's how you can find it up, y'all. So when we start talking about that, this is they saying that the eye of Horus was restored to gain magical properties, right? And was to protect and to heal people, right? So I want y'all to remember this, because now when it says protect, just keep that in mind. Now I'm finna just run down the story of Ra real quick. And please pay attention to the full video so you can get the real meaning of all of this, because it get deep. So now when we talk about Ra, it says Ra was the sun god that Ra was on a sun boat that sailed across the sky during the day and transported it back to the underworld at night. Now, this is just a short version of it. So many versions of it. But later on, you will find out that it always was talking about some hints of power, of action being took, and, you know what I'm saying, some type of way of the sun being mentioned. So now, when we talk about the sun boat and all that, when you guys look at the sun, you know what I'm saying, this is going to be the first breakdown. I want you guys to look at the sun, and when you look at the sun, when it goes down, it comes from, you know what I'm saying, the day, so it will see the sun going down. You know what I'm saying? You will see the sun going by the ocean view. So when you see the sun going by the ocean view, you can see the sun reflecting off the waters. So this is what we'll say when we say God is walking on water. So this is the time of the day that the sun is getting ready to set. You get what I'm saying? So if you hear that, you hear the word set, get ready to go. So this is when the sun is getting ready to descend. It's getting ready to fall down. AKA, even in the story of Horus, Set killed Osiris. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, the sun, which will be Osiris in that language, Osiris will be the sun. The sun has set. So the sun has left, aka the sun has died. So when they say the sun is resurrected by the moon, by Isis, that is talking about the moon, being that the moon is switching position, or how we'll say the day is coming from the day to the night. You get what I'm saying? So the Isis will be the moon. So to replace Isis, it even said her and Horus were alone in the world. So that means at night. You get what I'm saying? They was the only two there. It wasn't nowhere there. So now when I'm saying Osiris has died, the sun has left. So the sun is not in the area. Only thing we see now is nightfall. AKA the only thing we see now is the moon. So now when you understand that, you can even understand how Horus had both eyes. At first, Horus was representation of masculine and feminine energy. But when it says Horus lost one eye, you get what I'm saying? This is when Horus became one part of the energy, which was the moon, because they was alone with his mother, aka it was dark time. So the only thing was there was the moon. The sun had already set, aka the sun had already died. So listen, when we started explaining that, you could hear the breakdown and how the things work. So now let's get to the true meaning of it. So now, when you just heard what I said and break that down, now let's look at even the cobra. So this cobra name is Widget. And this is also when you see like the solar disc with the Pope have and the serpents wrapping around the sun. You get what I'm saying? This is the same thing we talking about. So you guys got to understand, because all of this plays a very important role. But also now, when we look at this, I want y'all to look that Horus had one eye. The other eye would be the sun, aka it takes the sun for the days and it takes the moon for the night. So now when you look at both eyes is different. You can see how the curve off on one. Now this curvature in each part of this eyes represents something different. And as you can see in the pupil, it is different. So it is like one being that is there, one being that the light is there, and one being that the light is not there. So if you look in real deep, it'll show you how deep it even goes with the sun and the moon. So y'all, when we start breaking down the examples of the eye and things like that, I want to explain to you also something about Ra. Ra was known as the healer. You get what I'm saying? So remember that, because when it get down deep, we can see how you could heal from both things, but how Ra was the overtaker, which was the sun that put the moon down at night. So Ra was the sun. You get what I'm saying? So how we could heal from the sun, which is called sun gazing, y'all. You get what I'm saying? But we finna get into deep how sun gazing, why it even affect you. How it even affect you. How do it even correspond with the human body? Because one thing about it, the father and the son has to look alike, right? But if we're in a human body and our structure of our body still resembles where we came from, or resembles the symbolic nature of the energy that we're talking about, then yes, that's the same and same. You get what I'm saying? So before we even get into that, when we say this eye, this is why they call it the all-seeing eye and all of this, because this is the eye of deception. You get what I'm saying? So this is when we start talking about the eye of Horus, what it's meant to see, and how the eye of Ra, just like they say, what's seen in the dark. You get what I'm saying? So when we and how you can see, how you see in the light. So how you find the light, or some people say. But before we get into that, notice the elites use this same eye on the back of their money. So when we talk about that, the reason how the elites use it is the control of knowledge, illusions, and manipulation and power. So when you guys start listening to that this is the way that they use it, because they know at the end of the day, this eye is power. Is like anything. You can manipulate water. You could do whatever you put your mind to, especially when you unlock this part of your mind. You get what I'm saying? You can understand how to create things. You can understand how things work, how to receive and how to put out. You know what I mean? The same thing. So when we start getting deep, like I said, we got to start talking about the parts of the eye. But just not to lose you guys, I just want to get down to the deep part of the sun gazing, right? So now when you look at the eye, both of them has sight and vision. But the thing about it is, when you look at the sun, you know what I'm saying, sun gazing, you have to notice the human eye is hitting, the light is hitting you right in the retina, right inside the globe. You know what I'm saying? So basically this what it's doing is sending neuronal or electronical impulses through the optic pathways of your the massa intermedia. So this is like where some of the atomic fibers and the stuff that carry your vision. So if you guys don't know what that means, basically what I'm saying is the way that we see things, the shapes and stuff. So the way that we see things was through this. So that's why they drew out actual representations of a man with an eagle head and things like that, because that's the way that we see. This is the way that the sight, due to the sun reflecting, like I said, it causes this. So when you're looking at the drawing of how everything works, I want you to notice how the line curve around the thalamus. Thalamus. Sorry, y'all. But either way, look at how all of it play. Look at the cortex. Look at the optical lobes. Look at all these play. You know what I'm saying? A role into sun gazing of how we receive energy from the sun. Not only receive, we can also heal from the sun. Just like what some people say what plants do and things like that. How they got photosynthesis and reverse photosynthesis. It's the same thing. But this is how we looked at it. Just like we say the tree of life is being like the brain and stuff. This is the same thing. It takes sun. And even when y'all start breaking down simple things, you know what I'm saying? The sun god name is Ra. Today they trick you, right? They call it sun rays. They just took off the Y. You know what I'm saying? They added a Y, I guess, because they wanted to mix Joshua in. I don't know, man. Some type of spiritual joke. But later on, we definitely dig it up, though, if y'all want to. You know what I mean? I'm on that. But anyway, besides getting on to it, now even when you start talking about the fight, y'all, the fight of Set, even looking at the eye, it shows the drop down on the eye of Horus. You see how it dropped down the swipe? This represents the creativity he had to use during his fight with Set. So this is how we'll say how we growth and expand. So you know what I mean? In time, this is how we gain about mystery. How we find out about mystery, time, wisdom. So these are the things that we start obtaining. So even when you look at it, it's like taking all the hits in life, all the dark, all the things that made it negative, the things that transform you though, that make you grow throughout life. You have to have this, you know what I'm saying? So you can know what to do. So man, even when they go down to breaking it down to 6 parts, I'm gonna just pull them up here on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can see that, man. Because I ain't trying to take up everybody's time all day. I'm trying to make a good, good video for y'all, man. And so y'all can see how deep this stuff go. Because we been fooled. We been tricked, y'all. And it's okay. It's okay. I done been tricked. I had to do research on research on research. And that's when I got to the conclusion. And then I started finding the happiness within. But I couldn't get happy, y'all, until I found out all the answers. I needed to know, why is this even used? Why is they using this? Why is they not talking about this? How did they come up with this concept? How did they come up with that? You know what? Got my answers. So you guys, keep searching. You're going to find your answers. Especially having this being at the activation for you. You know what I'm saying? So even when I was talking about Wedget earlier, y'all, it also represents the moon. So when you look at Wedget, it's being the serpents, and then you look at the moon, that's the sun and the moon both being there. But they're not going to tell you that. But these people, y'all, I promise y'all, these people know that it's the sun. But they want to mistake it and switch it up over for you. And I'm not saying only the sun. You get what I'm saying? Because when they take our characteristics, it's 3 things: our sun, moon, and ascendant. So we have to remember that. So this is how our life is played out through the body that we in, though. You get what I'm saying? So, not to get y'all all thrown off and stuff. Excuse me for that too. It get deep, bro, because they even, they was talking about Wedget basically was to be the nurse of the infinite god Horus, and to help Isis. So it was just basically saying other phases of the moon and so forth, bro. It's just all of this is basically to confuse people. So even when you look at the Cobra, like I was saying, that's just showing you both of them being right there. The sun and the moon. These people got both lights there, and then they realizing, like, yeah, we gonna show it to people, but we gonna trick them and trade and run them off from stuff. You know what I'm saying? Run them away, scare them. So what I mean by that is, y'all, look at life. Look at it for actually what it is. You got Christians that believe in this book that they wrote. You got Satanists that like, man, that book that they wrote is some bullshit. So it's like both of y'all wrong. Because the shit you believe is wrong, period, the way they teaching you, and you running from it, but you don't realize that this stuff you need to kind of absorb, but you need more than that one book, of course, but you need these books that you're running from about these man-made figures so you can understand how the energy was being played out, or how you can understand what was going on in the picture. You get what I'm saying? Not for what you're looking at from us drawing, because remember, they was writing on a higher note for us. We was more intact with ourselves, y'all. They didn't have to break it down so simple. They was writing in the codes for us. For us. These people stole these codes, stole this stuff. And now trying to remix it on you, scare you from your own ancient history, from your own civilization, from your own ancestors. And we let them get away with it. Because why? We taking their word and just running with it. There's people probably look at me today like, damn, how you just snapped into this? Dog, it only take time. Take time away from all the shit that they distracting you with and focus in on what you should be paying attention to. Why is this eye used over 1,000 years? Why is this eye used over 1,000 years? Why is this on every drawing? Why is this even in amulets? Why people got this tattooed on them? Some people got this stuff tattooed on them, y'all, and don't even know what it stands for. I done slapped the water bottle. That's how I be wanting to slap some of these people. And the conscious group really got people thinking it's this and that there. And y'all tricking people away from it. Because y'all scared. Because you scared. They scared you by saying, oh, this the devil. This evil. That's evil. Yo, in the spirit term, it ain't no evil like that, bro. They trick you. It's dark and it's light. They tricked you. They tricked you. It's the cold and the hot, however you want to look at it. They trick you into playing these tricks. So when you get in this mind game, now you super lost. So you super lost. So you like, oh yeah, it ain't a such thing. Like most woke people gonna tell you, it ain't a such thing as the God what they told us. But at the same time, it is. You get what I'm saying? It's like a whole bunch of I got you either way. If you go this way, I got you. It's like telling somebody like, oh, I hope you don't go over there. But then if somebody go over there and you're like, yes, I got them where I wanted them. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So they running you away from all of the truth, but really the truth right there. You get what I'm saying? It's just we have to be able to take time and really break it down. And can't run by the words of who been telling us. Because it was the blind leading the blind. AKA, their eye wasn't able to even be activated to even understand what was going on. Because they wanted to make everything out of man and everything out of woman as in human. And not ever as in lights. So they couldn't ever understand the feminine and masculine energy within inside everyone. And within inside how to activate the Kundalini energy. How to activate the sixth eye. The sixth sense. The third eye. However you guys want to say it. But when you're looking at the breakdown of the parts of the eye, it's 6 parts to the eye. So it's a sixth sense. So when we get deeper, we'll do a part 2 of this video, y'all. But I just want to get this part out just to let y'all know it ain't no games over here. Share this video, man. I'm telling you, it's not like I'm sitting here giving y'all some washed down, hand-me-down stuff that is like everyone learning from. Like these astrologers that's getting on my nerves. They keep talking about the 12 zodiacs and they're not breaking down nothing else. What is the 144 lights? Do you know what 12 times 12 is? That's the case. Do you know how lights work in that type of sense? Do you know what I'm saying? It gets on my skin because they don't understand what lights is because they don't know astrology. They only know astronomy. So they only know what's going on this earth. They don't know what's going on next in life. But all the answers is here for y'all. All the answers is here for us. They talk about life. They talk about death. You know what I mean? It's all about 8th house energy. You learn about this. So when not only do the sun dies off and resurrect, but us as people, us as like going through spirit realms. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a whole bunch of even going through a physical day-to-day life. Things break you down out here. But if you live, you be stronger. You live to fight another day. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But that's all I'm gonna say for today, man. And we're gonna do a part 2 of this. And it's gonna get deeper. So hey, it's like whatever, man. But hope y'all shared the video, man. I hope y'all made it to this point, bro. Because it's real. And it's getting on my nerves. Because now we have people that's thinking that Horus and all these people are actual people. Like, you get what I'm saying? And then it was taught not to follow people in all books. In all books. Like, I can't even name a book that don't say worship man. Because even the Satanists know Satan ain't a dude that live under the dirt, bro. Yeah. It's that deep. They done scared them. And bro, a Satanist is basically somebody that don't want to leave this earth. Because they know in the spirit realm, you know what I mean, it's not going to work out like they want it to. So you can say they're scared of the light, they're scared of heaven, they're scared of God. You can say however you want to say it. But at the end of the day, that's just what it is. Y'all and I'm out, man. I love y'all. I hope y'all got through the video. I know y'all hear the kids in the background screaming. Support the channel, man. Share. And I'm out, y'all. OG Europe.